The famous boxer's spouses and his dark side. A look at his relationships with his 4 wives. 9 children were born to one of the most well-known boxers of all time, Muhammad Ali. His audacious demeanor both within and beyond the ring earned him a great legacy. Apart from having 9 kids, the boxer had 4 marriages. The former heavyweight champion discovered that one of the most agonizing experiences of his life was being separated from one of his wives. Muhammad Ali's 4 wives discovered that he had a darker side that the public was unaware of. Among the many hardships his wives faced while wed to the renowned boxer was his infidelity. Muhammad Ali wed Sanjay Roy 1 month after their initial meeting. In 1964, Ali got to know Sanjay Roy, who was 23 at the time. According to reports, Roy worked as a cocktail waitress and model for Tan magazine. It was love at first sight, a meeting straight out of a fairy tale. In Grunge's account, Roy stated, "I met him and he asked me to marry him that night." Only 1 month later, on August 14, 1964, the couple exchanged vows after the cocktail waitress gave her consent. Their marriage lasted a mere 2 years, despite their passionate first meeting. It has been reported that the ex-married pair frequently quarreled over religious matters. Following Ali's purported forced conversion to Islam, following his conversion, Roy filed for divorce. Mio claims that Roy wasn't ready or at ease following some of the limitations that the religion imposed on women. When Khalila married the former heavyweight champion, she was only 17 years old. Muhammad's brother, Rahman Ali, said that one of the hardest things the boxer went through in his lifetime was divorcing his first wife. The couple divorced in January 1966 and had no children together. Boyd, Belinda endured her husband's persistent infidelity. Muhammad wed Belinda Boyd in 1967. Unlike his first wife, she became an Islamic convert and changed her name to Khalila Ali. Muhammad Ali Jr., Maryam, and the twins Rashida and Jamila were their 4 children together. When Khalila married the former heavyweight champion, she was only 17 years old. Despite Khalila's conversion to Islam, they experienced their fair share of marital issues, the majority of which were brought on by Muhammad's ongoing adultery. Muhammad's second wife disclosed in Jonathan Ives' biography, Ali, a life, that she would book hotel rooms for her husband and his numerous mistresses. According to reports, she referred to the boxer as a sex addict because of his history of one-night stands. Khalila acknowledged that despite Muhammad's persistent infidelity becoming the root of their issues, they had a wonderful life together. According to reports, Khalila said, "It was easy to forgive him because he was the best part of my life, before his constant affairs became intolerable." When Muhammad boldly brought one of his mistresses, who would go on to become his 3rd wife, to a reception with the president of the Philippines, Khalila and Muhammad were still wed. In 1977, Khalila declared she had had enough and filed for divorce. Wanda Bolton's unrecognized marriage. But Muhammad had multiple extramarital affairs while he was still wed to Khalila. One of these relationships involved Wanda Bolton. Bolton was only 16 years old when the affair started. Muhammad's marriage to Khalila was ultimately dissolved by his affair with Veronica Porche. Bolton married Muhammad in an Islamic ceremony, changing her name to Aisha Ali. Although their marriage was not recognized by the state, the couple welcomed Khalila, their daughter, into the world in 1974. Before she married Muhammad, Veronica Porche was his mistress. Muhammad's marriage to Khalila was ultimately dissolved by his affair with Veronica Porche. Hannah, Muhammad and Porche's first daughter, was born in 1976. They are said to have first met in 1974. As Porche stated, it was too much temptation for him, with women who threw themselves at him. People claimed that his adultery had not abated. It held no significance. They were married the next year and welcomed Layla into their family. Porche, like his first wife, was unable to tolerate Muhammad's continued extramarital affairs. In 1986, after 9 years of dating, the two split up. Williams Yolanda was with Muhammad throughout his whole life. He wed Yolanda Williams the same year he separated from Porche. He was 21 years old, and she had known him since she was 6 years old. When Williams realized she loved him, the question was posed to her in an interview with USA Today. In reply, she said, "When I was 17, but it seems like I've loved him forever. I was aware that ultimately I would be the one getting married to him." Couples stayed together until Muhammad's passing in 1986, during which time they adopted 5-year-old Azad Amin. He had lived with Parkinson's disease for 30 years when he developed a respiratory infection that sent him to the hospital. The date of Muhammad's death was June 3, 2016. Muhammad allegedly passed away with Williams and his 9 children by his side. A Broadway musical based on Muhammad's life story is in the works, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Williams collaborated on the show's creation and provided support. According to reports, Yolanda Williams expressed her pride in being a part of the project and her excitement for watching Muhammad's life play out on Broadway. Beyond his career in the ring, the musical Ali will discuss his charitable giving and civil rights advocacy. Kalia Ali, the late Muhammad Ali's daughter, talked candidly about her favorite memories of her father in a recent interview. This occurs 5 years following his demise. With his passing in 2016, Muhammad Ali brought an end to a chapter in history, leaving behind a legacy, a legend that is no longer with us but will always live on in the hearts of his family, for whom all of his wealth and fame could never replace. In an updated interview, his daughter Kalia Ali verified this a few days prior to his anniversary. Kalia talked about her favorite memories of the legendary boxer as well as the things she missed the most. Her dad would give her wonderful hugs and had a beautiful smile and a great sense of humor, she said. She always valued the opportunity to be her father's child, Kalia said. Jacob, Kalia's son, spoke with her during the interview about his friendship with the adored Muhammad Ali. The child said he missed Muhammad's calls, inquiring about his health and academic standing each time. The conversation coincided with the 5th anniversary commemorating the memory of the legendary boxer. This encompassed the debut of City of Ali. Shelby Graham directed this documentary to pay tribute to Muhammad's extraordinary bond and sense of belonging to his birthplace of Louisville, Kentucky, which he maintained until his passing. Bray Gumbel, Billy Crystal, and former President Bill Clinton were among the guests who made speeches and offered tributes. This also contained information about how Louisville residents honored their legend and celebrated him appropriately after his 74-year-old passing. Jacob stated that viewers should anticipate seeing how Louisville residents viewed him as the historic young man from their community. Muhammad suffered from Parkinson's disease for years before passing away from a respiratory infection. But prior to this, he was regarded as the greatest combat champion in history. Muhammad was a family man at heart and attempted marriage 4 times despite his extraordinary fame and wealth. In 1964, he got married for the first time to cocktail waitress Sandra Roy. They didn't have any children together when they were together until 1966. The following year, he with Belinda Boyd, who became a follower of his faith and changed her name to Khalila. Muhammad Ali Jr., Maryam, Rashida, and Jamila were the 4 children born to Khalila and Muhammad. In 1975, he went on to start dating Veronica Portia. It was rumored that the affair played a part in his marriage to Khalila ending. In 1977, he married Portia, and the 2 of them welcomed Layla and Hannah as daughters. Muhammad and Portia divorced in 1986. The legend was married for the last time to Yolanda Lonnie Williams. They were together from 1986 until his passing in 2016. Muhammad had 2 children outside of marriage, Patricia Harville and Mia. His love child with Wanda Bolton was Kalia. He and Williams did not have biological children together, but they did adopt Asad Amin as a son. Muhammad's family has a history of sowing discord among themselves after his passing. On June 10, 2016, the world champion was laid to rest in Louisville. Bray Gumbel, Billy Crystal, and former President Bill Clinton were among the guests who made speeches and offered tributes. Among the pallbearers were actor Will Smith and legendary boxer Lennox Lewis. In 2001, Smith portrayed Muhammad Ali in the biopic Ali.